What's up again, guys? Yeah, it's me, Dovahkiin, and welcome back to my Baldur's Gate 3 series. And before we begin, be sure to hit on the subscribe button for more great videos. If you're following this series, you might have noticed that the last episode was set as a members-only video. And it's not because I want to put up exclusive content for the benefactors of my channel. Instead, I've intentionally put it in limbo for an entire month because I was disputing an invalid copyright claim. YouTube's Content ID system flagged it for the song Last Light Baldur's Gate Lo-Fi, which is not even the exact music in my gameplay video. The claimant is a notorious collecting society of fucking idiots. And the song that they have copyrighted is actually just a mere remix of the original. Without doubt, the original song is the one playing in my video. So, besides the invalid claim, my dispute is also based on the grounds of fair use. Whereas the song in question is an inevitable part of in-game music, and obviously a non-substantial element of my transformative gameplay footage. For so many years since my Divinity Original Sin 2 series, the true and rightful owners of the music, Larian Studios and its brilliant composer, Borislav Slavov, have never claimed any song in my content. That's how cool they are in supporting creators that feature their games. Perhaps we can inform Larian that some fucking stupid shit collecting society copyrighted a song remixed from their original intellectual property, which is now erroneously affecting creators like me. Anyway, this video will again feature the disputed song, cause apparently it's about The Last Light Inn. And I don't want to compromise the quality of my vids just to appease a bunch of greedy fucking morons. And if it gets flagged again by YouTube, once again, I'm gonna put it in limbo as a members only video until the dispute gets sorted out. Okay, in the previous vid, we transitioned to Act 2, the Shadow-Cursed Lands, by taking the elevator in Grimforge, then had 2 battle encounters against shadow creatures, reached the Last Light Inn, stole from a couple of merchants, and finished the Hellion's Heart quest by fully upgrading Karlach's heart with Infernal Iron. Today's episode is about the happenings in the Last Light Inn, and it's certainly a long one cause I'm avoiding as much as I can to feature this area in later vids cause of the aforementioned stupid copyright claim. Anyway, we'll start here at the campsite to check up on Karlach.
What's on your mind? Like I got something back. Something I've wanted for a really long time. When I touched you, I felt like a real person. My heart was racing, but I didn't hurt you. I don't have to be afraid of myself anymore. I don't have to hold back. Not sure the world's ready for unleashed Karlach, but it's getting it anyway. Thanks to Dammon. Thanks to you. Thanks to fate. Ugh, I don't want to think about that now. Misery always overstays its welcome, and joy leaves too soon. I'll cry later, but not now. Touch! Touch everything! Touch everyone that'll let me. Shake hands, dance a waltz, maybe even kiss a face or two if I find a good candidate. The world's my funhouse. Me too, soldier. Gods, me too. For every knock we take, I feel like I get a little treat just to keep me going.
By the way, this is the buff that she got from Damon's final upgrade. And speaking of Damon, I gave him a couple more pieces of Infernal Iron. And these are what he gave me in exchange. Now let's chat with Halsin to begin his quest about the shadow curse that's plaguing this land.
The shadow curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands. This land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being, in the form of a young fey boy, with the forest itself in his eyes. His name is Thaniel. I've met him in my meditations, but since the curse was unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear. And as long as he remains so, his domain will lie in darkness. But if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once. I can't be exact, unfortunately. Time and the Shadow Curse won't have been kind to any traces that would have been left behind. A living witness is unlikely, I'll admit. But perhaps there'll be an unliving witness, or some lingering echo of what we seek. Don't worry. If you find something, you will know it. It's not easy, seeing the ravages of the Shadow Curse. But your camp is a most welcome solace. You've shared your fire with me, your company. A small pocket of light against the darkness. But one I couldn't do without. Thank you. You're too modest by far. What fate would I have met without you? Rotting in the goblin cells? Dying against an onslaught on the grove? More good has been done since I met you than in 100 years before. Words cannot express my gratitude. Yes, I think you do. Forgive me. Sometimes I forget myself, gazing on the beauty of nature's creations.
Why does this guy hit on my character every time I talk to him? And now he speaks about finding a Feyboy or something. He's kinda giving off some PDD vibes if you ask me. Alright, we are back at the inn, and we're gonna explore the abandoned house at the east, and unearth a buried chest.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Let's get on with it.
Never a dull moment. Very well. That's curious.
Now let's loot a notable item inside the house and access the inn's cellar.
No time to dally. subtle steps. Hardly a challenge.
I wonder what the next move is.
No one's stopped me yet.
Okay, let's get another notable item.
Better not be cursed. These boots have seen everything.
Trap. Be cautious. Trust no one. Should be easy.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it. If not over, then through.
This is where you go if you want to bypass the hostile creatures at the north.
How delicious. Oh, for a skeleton key.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have. One day I'll catch a break.
To remind you again, this is Tactician mode, and I'm gonna try my best to make all the fights in this vid seem rather easy. Speaking of which, I'm gonna use my super trusty time dilation tactic on this battle. Also, take note that what we are up against are Meenlocks that emanate the fear aura, which could possibly frighten my squad if we fail a constitution save in melee range. Alright, let's get it on.
Out of sight, out of mind. I'm just waiting. Just like old times. Means. They're nearly as sensitive to light as I was. Keeping my head down. Best be on my way.
Ready for anything. Light steps. The end comes. Need to keep focused.
With haste.
Talk to me.
best be on my way.
One of the Meenlocks has a unique item.
I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon.
The Selûnite shrine, hidden away.
Perhaps they had no choice but to hide. Maybe I need more pockets.
I've already shown how to bypass this area to get into the inn's cellar. However, let me just unearth another buried chest.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Still breathing, despite everything. These boots have seen everything.
I'm ready.
Still alive, so that's progress. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
What's that?
Besides a prison key and access to the dock under the inn, there ain't no further notables in this place. Alright, we are back at the surface, in the barn to be exact, to finally deal with a strange ox. Our first meeting was back in the hollow at the Emerald Grove in Act 1. And you can potentially encounter him again in the third act of this game. But I will end him here in Act 2. You see, if you finish his quest in Act 3, he will reward you one unique item, and show up as an ally in the grand finale battle. However, I think my squad will manage without him once we get to that point. And what really matters to me is the other unique item, which can only be obtained from his corpse. As a red draconic bloodline sorcerer, the sooner I get that item in the game, the better. By the way, I'm gonna use a pot of animal speaking, obviously. Also, don't be surprised, as there's a minor bug in the animation of the cutscene.
No, still incapable. Not for you to know. Well, come close. Your mind to mine. Are you satisfied? find out. All I wanted was a bit of hay, a good brushing and a clean stall. The simple life. Is that so much to ask?
Talk to me.
I'm ready.
I don't think I'll ever look at an ox quite the same. Ugh. Just when I think I've seen it all, at least it's dead now.
This hat is the one I need. Okay, let's catch up with a few acquaintances from Act 1 and buy all their uniques while we're at it.
So the plan is to do nothing. Let the Duke rot in.
Check it out! We've gone legitimate, and Mole put me in charge. What do you need? I'm alive, ain't I? What's not to like? I'm not supposed to mention it to anyone, but I do have something pretty special in stock. A key. What does it look like? What does it open? What treasures await behind its lock? That's for one lucky buyer to find out. Mole gave it to me and said I shouldn't let it go to just any old jackaday. No, she didn't. Really? But she said... All right. Here. I guess. Last night's best bargains right here.
No signs of waking. We can wait. The Baldur's Gate.
What are you looking for? Pleasure doing business with you. Don't be shy. Have a gander at the finest stock.
I have something to ask.
Don't wander far. Thought you'd be 10 yards tall the way Zevlor spoke of you. Cerith, Scout. Seems we missed one another at the Grove, but the others told me how you helped us. A pity. You pulled them from one death trap, only for me to land them in this one. Aye, and more than half the others with him. We were ambushed, out in the cursed lands. Cultists of this absolute. Zevlor froze, begged us to surrender. But they were toying with us, making examples. And we'd had enough of taking it. Those of us who cut free just kept running till we found this place. The others... maybe the cult got them. Maybe the curse. Zevlor had hope. It didn't save him. A little sense will serve us better, I think. But... thanks. It was sweet of you to try.
Oh, you're all right. Thank goodness. I was worried they'd got you too. I keep replaying it. Over and over in my head. They lined us up like dogs. Asherak was with the kids, telling them it was going to be all right. Maybe that's why they picked him. Told him to kneel. They took his eyes first, then his tongue. Roland, of all people, saved us. He said he stayed in the grove because of you. And I'm damn glad of it. Without him, well, none of us would be here. Yes. He shielded me and the kids, while his brother and sister rushed the cultists. Cal and Leah were dragged away, along with the others. Roland isn't taking it so well. None of us are, to be honest. How do you do it? How do you keep going? You make it sound so easy. But I'll try. You've done so much for us already. But I have to ask. The others might still be out there. If they're not dead, they're in Moonrise. And gods have mercy on anyone in that hell's pit. Thank you. If anyone can manage it, you can. Just be careful up there, all right? I can't handle anyone else dying.
On a side note, you can also acquire the Rescue the Tieflings quest via talking to Bex, who can be found weeping north of the barn. Also, don't talk to Roland just yet, cause this might trigger a time-sensitive event. Anyhow, while we can still communicate with animals, let's chat with a cat to gain Star's approval.
Don't waste a step.
Premium trinkets and doodahs!
Hiss! I say hiss! And yet you harm me by your very presence. This is my territory, and you're in it. I'll allow it. I slinked, of course. Good of you to notice. For my part, I have noticed the cleric is a liar. She promised me a bit of milk. Do you see any milk, do you? Nor do I. Disgraceful. You've had enough. Now go. Quickly. Hiss.
Ah, you found your way. Good. I thought I'd scout ahead, check for any nasty surprises, of which I found a great deal. Shades, death, Harpers, flaming fist, and this, of course, and the makings of an alchemist's workbench. Ingredients, too. There's a recipe I'm trying to replicate. Something that might help you. That is, if you're still going to help Wulbren and the others. In that case, you'll be very pleased to learn what I have in store for you. A new type of smoke powder. All the bang and boom of the original, but with an extra surprise. I call it the Brilliant Retort. You'll need it if you're going to survive this cursed place. You'll need it if you're going to get into Moonrise Towers and help the Deep Gnomes taken prisoner there. You'll need it if you're going to save Wulbren. Let's call a thing a thing. A Deep Gnome won't get far into the Absolute's orgy of evil. We already learned that in the Underdark with those sadistic Dwergar, didn't we? It's doubly true in this place. You, on the other hand, have proven resourceful in such infiltrations. I'll do my part according to my talents. And you, I hope, will do yours. The Brilliant Retort will aid you. Thus, I will make it. Unless you've got access to a 300-year-old Tempusian apothecarial almanac? No. But that's for me to worry about. You do whatever it is you do. Some of us are counting on you.
I forgot to show it, but here's Barkas's notable merch. And obviously, I've purchased them all. Now let me show you the notable stuff in this area. Just take note of the coordinates. There's a unique ring under a loose plank in the northwestern room of the inn. A buried chest near the northern side of the dock underneath the inn. Another buried chest at the grounds north of the inn beyond the barrier. Far north of the barn at the graveyard, a unique shield is buried under some rubble. And on the second floor of the barn, a unique heavy armor is inside a chest. Alright, before we chat with the other people at the inn, let's take a long rest first, to advance the personal quests of my companions.
Playtime's over, pet.
I love this time of year. The dickheads start popping up wherever you look.
What do you want, Mizora?
Drop the attitude and perk up your ears. You've got a new mission. Absolute's cult has gone and grabbed one of Zariel's assets. A devil, and a powerful one at that. They're locked up in the cult's fortress, Moonrise Towers, and you're getting him out. Clause Z, Section 13. Should promised soul refuse obeyance or neglect duty, the pact holder shall cast the promised into Avernus as a lemure. I'll make it simple. Will fails or refuses, and he turns to a thick blob of stink flesh and sinks to Avernus. Now, be a good boy and play fetch, pup, or you'll spend an eternity sizzling in the hells.
Mizora's words may be flippant, but they are tinged with desperation. She cannot afford for Will to fail this mission. This may be your best chance to negotiate Will out of his pact.
Oh, and what condition is that?
Your mind links with Will's, drawn in by his increasing panic.
What are you doing?
Will relaxes, and your connection fades.
Interesting. Now, why should I go letting my favorite pet off his leash? I've never seen such a fearless display of sheer idiocy. Bravo! Fine, I'll play your game. But I amend the pact once the mission's done, not before. Clause F, Section 9. Soulbinder shall bestow reward or favour only upon soul bearer's fulfilment of related obligation. Now, to Moonrise, pet. And do mind the shadows. They've been especially hungry.
Light on my feet.
God damn it! Why did it have to be Mizora? Why did it have to be Zariel? We're supposed to risk our necks to get one of her assets? What if it's a runaway like me? Or something far worse? I want to believe that as much as you do. Almost as much as Will does. But I just know there will be more to the story. There always is. It's a bad idea to play games with the devil. You'd never win. Not ever.
The more bullshit she pours, the more of it I'm forced to swallow. Mizora set me on fiends inside and outside the Hells. She's never ordered a rescue. Gods. She makes a mockery of everything the Blade stands for. Such an asshole. Thank you for sticking your neck out for me. I mean it, but I'm not going to celebrate till I'm actually free. Can already feel her scheming. She won't let me go without a fuss. Trust me on this. Not just rot. I'd have to fight. One of those mindless blobs clawing at demons on the front lines of the Blood War. And it means everything to me. I always knew what my future held, and I know I chose right.
Now let's check up on Star.
A long way to go still. Have to keep pushing.
No one stopped me yet.
I-F. Or is it an E? Is it even a letter? What damn language is this? Oh, it's you. Well, I'm glad you like them. A gift from Cazador, written in flesh. Apparently it's a poem, but I've never read it. I've been tracing the scars on my back with my fingers, trying to read them by touch, but I can't. They may as well be written in Rashimi. This isn't your problem, you know. Fine.
The pattern swirls before you, runes hacked crudely into his flesh. You can't read it, but you recognize the letters. Infernal, the language of the hells.
And? What does it say? Infernal? Are you sure? Can you show me? What in the hells? What did he do to me? I have absolutely no idea. But it's no poem. 2 centuries carrying this. And I can finally see it. No. I could have missed it, of course, but I doubt it. Cazador was only figuratively hellish. There were never any devils hanging about the crypt. Whatever he's left carved in my flesh, it's a mystery to me. Thank you, by the way. This is... well, it's something. Will we? How sweet.
Our long rest was interrupted by those cutscenes, so let's finally go to bed to get into yet another cutscene. By the way, you can choose to become a little bit intimate with a dream visitor by passing a couple of difficult skill checks, perception and insight respectively. Also, mind you that the dream visitor's appearance was inspired by my wife. So this is gonna be quite interestingly awkward on my part.
The voice of the Absolute is strong here, and getting stronger. I don't know how much longer I can resist it. But it's good to see you're making progress.
Oh yeah, she looks so hot in that dress.
You took an unexpected route here. You did a brave thing, saving those people in the grove. Not everyone would have helped.
The hurt runs deeper than she's willing to show you.
The voice of the Absolute. Stronger this time.
Beneath the resilient veneer, a touch of fragility. She needs comfort.
It's been a very long time since someone did that. For me. A woman by the name of Berlin. We were close. It just doesn't stop. We are being bombarded by waves of telepathic energy. Wave after wave with hardly a breath between them. I I almost dare not rest. Each wave a set of orders to the infected. The order for your transformation has been given many times already. Yes, but the orders are oddly erratic, as if the Absolute cannot make up its mind. I don't fully understand. In any case, the Absolute knows you carry me with you now. It wants to retrieve me. I am the only one who can resist the Absolute's influence. Hence its fear of me, its desperation. Unfortunately, that also means it is dedicating more and more resources to my retrieval. The task ahead is monumental, but we're all that stands between victory for the Absolute and freedom for all. This is not just about you and I anymore. It has become far bigger than us. You must infiltrate Moonrise Towers, discover the secrets of the Absolute, and put an end to it. So we can finally be free. Now I must rest. And you must carry on. Do not let my efforts be in vain.
The dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between his teeth. He gives in and surrenders his find to you. Scratch's tongue lolls out happily, his tail wagging even faster.
Okay, we're back at the inn to chat. So let's start with the elephant in the room, the devil himself, Raphael. And it's all about Star's back, his infernal markings.
Premium trinkets and doodads.
Seems someone's been skimming our supplies. Is anyone keeping an eye on those children from Eldorel? Maybe not.
What to do?
Your move, Maul.
You trapped me? I didn't even want to take this one.
Kalimshan rules, dear. The first piece touched is the first piece moved.
That's garbage! No matter where the night goes, I'm gonna lose it!
Then make the sacrifice useful. Guard your Mistra, or come for my Cyric.
Look who made it! For once, I saved your butt out there, didn't I? We're square now, Chief. Say, do you play lance ball by any chance? It's my first time playing.
The keen gleam in Moll's eyes reveals the lie. She knows the game well, and she wants to win.
Rules.
Brava! Lovely work. I see I was right to make you the offer I did. You will consider it, won't you? What a lovely specimen she is. A blushing apple begging to be plucked. She cheated, of course, but that's half her charm. My favorite kind, ambition. But don't you worry about Moll. It goes without saying she still has the unconditional freedom to choose the only option she has left. Now, let's talk about you. I sense there's something you want to ask me.
I do. I have a proposal for you.
A proposal? If you're hoping to taste my blood, little vambling, think again. It burns hotter than wyvern whiskey.
This is serious business. Devil. Well, a long time ago, someone carved infernal runes into my back. They're a fragment of a contract. I'd like to know what the full contract says.
Oh, such impatience. It's something very important to your master, but is it a love letter, a warning, or a deed of ownership? I could give you all the gory details. But of course, you'll have to do something for me first. Let me think about it and get back to you.
You'll get back to me? This is important, Devil. When?
Don't worry, I'm motivated to help you. Scars often tell such wonderful stories. I think yours might be truly exquisite. I'll see you soon.
Perhaps a bit more of this.
Good point.
Next, let's catch up with Counselor Floric to update Will's quest about his kidnapped father, Grand Duke Alder Ravengard, and eventually find a lead on the Fey boy that Halsin mentioned earlier.
What path lies before me?
Patience. He may know ways through the night.
He still won't speak. Just keeps going with the bloody song.
Nothing of use on his person.
His original writ of duty, signed by Eltan himself. Fella must be one of the very first Flaming Fist.
He must know something. Let's not give up on him yet. We believe the cultists have taken Duke Ravengard to Moonrise Towers. I don't suppose you found a way in. I trust you will do everything you can to free the Duke. But in case you don't find a way, I'll be heading to Baldur's Gate to seek reinforcements. The Council sent a carrier pigeon with news that the city has been dealing with absolutist attacks. The Steel Watch is holding strong. I'll request that Lord Gortash send some of them to aid in the fight against Moonrise. The curse won't harm them.
You know the name Gortash, a councillor with considerable influence on Baldurian industry and politics. But he is no lord.
Lord Gortash is the man responsible for the creation of the Steel Watch. It's no wonder he earned the title. The Steel Watch are the future of warfare. Gondian automatons that can be sent into battle without risking any lives, except those of our enemies. Lord Gortash had only completed work on the prototypes before Ravengard and I left for Elturel, but even they were formidable. With the Steel Watch at our backs, We can storm the tower, whatever Ketherick throws at us. I'm sure of it. I'll do my best, but there's every chance I'll fall to the curse or the cult before I reach the city. Don't count on me and assume no aid is coming. Work with Jaheira. That Harper's mind is as sharp as her blade. Follow her guidance. Farewell. We'll meet again, God's willing.
Flame colour. That's your name, isn't it? Art colour? I'm Fistular.
Nathaniel and me climbing up a tree.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
Really? Could you bring him here? You'd be glad of the help, wouldn't you, sir? Oh, if you know how to get through to him, don't hesitate.
He spent a long time in the Shadowfell, a Sharan realm without colour or light. It's had a terrible effect on him.
His mind lingers in the Shadowfell, but perhaps it can be returned. We need to remind him who he is. Some personal effects, maybe.
His fingertips sport calluses and toughened skin, as if from manual labour, or playing a stringed instrument, perhaps.
This was in his pocket. He doesn't seem to have any reaction to it now, but he held on to it for 100 years anyway. If he does, he isn't sane.
Some parchment there. Looks official.
Fearsome black and red.
House of Healing. Wonder what he found.
We will report that to Halcyon later. For now, let's finally have a convo with the legendary Jaheira. But before that, as you know, I collect maps and books. Speaking of which, there's a book beside her that can't be reached by conventional means. So I'm gonna use LZ's Gith Psionics Mage Hand to nudge the book off from its unreachable location.
Eager for battle.
Premium treatment to do,
Be welcome. Have a drink. To your very good health.
You perceive a faint hint of cloth grass, a herb that is said to elicit the truth. Jahira smiles at you knowingly.
It doesn't spoil the taste, if that's what you're wondering. You don't know what you're missing. Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it? Look around you. Good men, good women. Stranded here, 2 feet in the grave. If we're to survive, I have no choice but to trust you. Can I? Good. Because I'll cross your heart myself if you break it. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago. Believe me, he was well and truly dead. I locked his corpse in the Thorn Mausoleum myself. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But he's returned. Not only does General Ketheric Thorm live again, it seems he is no longer mortal. He has become, in fact, invincible. We met him on the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope. Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketheric is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight. Without a cure for your infection, your days are numbered too. Yet you selflessly offer to spend them fighting alongside us. I like you. I promise I will do everything I can to make sure you survive this. Any cure starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Ketheric's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at Moonrise. Until then, we keep drinking wine when we meet. You're not our only secret weapon. Isobel, a faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
Alright, let's meet the secret weapon upstairs, Isabel, who's doing some sort of ritual on the balcony. By the way, I just switched my squad into their battle gear, cause there's gonna be one soon, and it's quite a fight actually.
Can't give up now.
Last night's best bargains, right here!
Hiding places brighter.
Just not of you.
Than you and me do just what we please. Together,
no time to dally.
For the sun.
All right. What now? Have to keep going.
Shade where we are walking.
I didn't realize I had an audience. The true soul who's going to save us all. I'm Isabel. Pleased to meet you. Myself and Our Lady are doing what we can to hold the line. I hear you and your tadpole will be our offense. Free from the Absolute's influence, yet able to walk among cultists. It's almost too good to be true. But I'd be a poor cleric indeed not to avail of a blessing when I see one. Let me guess. Jaheira's sent you to beg a protection spell off her favorite cleric.
It hurts.
Perfect. It'll make you immune to the lesser effects of the Shadow Curse, which will get you closer to the towers. But there are places it won't help. Places where the curse is darker, stronger. The cultists are able to traverse even the deepest shadows, though. I don't know how. The Harpers are trying to figure it out.
Selûnite magic. Dark Lady, forgive me.
Good nose. Like a nasty little terrier. Ketheric is a frightening man, but you have something he doesn't. Allies worth having. While you're busy in the towers, I'll be sure to... Wait. Do you hear that? Something's wrong.
Hello, Isabel.
Marcus, is that you? What's happened to you?
I've been blessed. You can be too. Come with me, and you can hear all about it from Ketheric himself.
He's a flaming fist. Or was. Came with the others when we created this haven.
And I thank you for your hospitality. True soul, my instructions are clear. Take the girl to Ketheric, alive.
Swims into your mind's eye, its instructions vivid in your mind. Nothing is more important than bringing the girl alive.
What's going on? If you have something to say it.
Pathetic. The Absolute sees all. Your treachery will be punished.
The Absolute. Of course. You can't believe them, Marcus. Ketherick will never give you whatever it is you've been promised.
He already has. Time to go, Isabel.
excellent fertilizer.
Vincere et vivere! Your penance will be paid now.
You ready? 'Cause I am.
On my feet. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
There's a parasite in that corpse, brimming with potent magic.
Isabel, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Marcus has been with us since the start. They've been tracking us this whole time. And that was no random attack. You were the target, Isabel. They know how important you are. But they don't know about you. Ketheric will strike again. We need you to strike first. Discover the source of his invulnerability. Make him mortal so we can make him bleed. Good luck.
We're in more danger than I knew. If something happens to me, everyone in this inn is dead. Like that. Why does a man like him do anything? Power, spite, some kind of twisted personal morality. I can understand why he'd want me dead. Without me keeping the curse at bay, everyone in this inn, everyone intent on killing him, is dead too. As for why he'd want to take me alive, I don't know. And I don't want to find out. Now that we have you, I hope I won't have to. No mercy. For Ketheric will have none on you. End this.
And that is how you make things easy.
Maybe we should ask someone else.
No one but us.
Let's just go already.
I'm gonna consume that tadpole later. Okay, stay tuned in for the next episode as we venture out back into the ruined battlefield. And that is all there is for now. Thanks for watching. Also, check out other videos from Sabbath Clan Philippines and don't forget to subscribe. See you on my next vid. Peace out, y'all.